Hello, Dr. Becky here at Premier Chiropractic. I wanted to touch on something that I get referred into my office often, whether it's from midwives and OBs or other people just telling a mother that just found out she has a breech baby to go see a chiropractor. That is chiropractic and also the Webster technique. Before I go into detail, I just want to let you know, chiropractors, Webster technique exercises, those don't turn the baby. We're simply working with the mother's body to create an environment that will allow the baby to turn if they are able. Of course, there are medical conditions and issues that don't allow them to turn, and that's where the OB and all that stuff comes into play. We're just working with the mother's body to create symmetry, good movement. If the babies can turn, they will. So a few things that I'm looking at is one, the mother's pelvis, right? This is where baby's sitting in. This is, kind of where uterus is coming up here. And so the back of the pelvis is gonna show us a lot. A lot of times when these mothers come in, if you can picture the pelvis like this, it's torqued in one way or the other. So while they're laying flat on their tummies, the pelvis is twisted or torqued back one way. There is improper joint function of the lower back. There's also a lot of muscles and ligaments. We'll find tension on one side more than the other. Typically, you're going to find it on one side, and then likewise when we come to the front, looking at round ligaments and psoas, there's going to be tension on the opposite side. This is typically what I find when this presents into my office. After doing any adjustments in the back, any releasing that we need to do in the low back, I'm coming to the round ligament and psoas, doing the same thing there as well. And then usually these women are finding out at about 36 weeks is typically when they're taking a look at proper position, getting ready for labor, getting ready for birth, and so it's already tight here regardless, right? In that diaphragm as things come up and move up. Usually finding contralateral tension on one side more than the other. So let's say we found it down here, usually it's going to be up in this region. So we're doing a lot of belly breathing with releases and around ligament releases, things like that, to just create a nice environment that doesn't have more tension on one side or the other, too much tension, things like that. The other thing is these mothers are usually coming in pretty stressed out, right? They're going into this appointment, kind of ready to go for labor, and they found out baby is breech. That is not any position that a new mother wants to be in, and so they're stressed. So I'm just looking at overall, tension and function of everything in the body, trying to create the least amount of stress, the least amount of tension that we can. From there, and everybody is different, we're doing specific exercises are given depending on what they present with. So it's hard to say I give X, Y, or Z exercise because everybody's coming in with a different presentation. We're working specifically on the mother's body. That comes in, like I said, creating that environment. So usually after that visit, when they go back to the OB, find out presentation. I'll just give an example. The other day, it was yesterday, she went in, found out, yep, baby had turned. Okay, now she comes back and we're gonna work on things to kind of, head isn't engaged yet. So we wanna work on that tension that she first came in with. Now it's a little bit more bilateral, a little decreased, and we're gonna work on specific exercises now to kind of create an open space for the pelvis, things like really deep squats, butterflies, again, things that are specific to what she came in for and what's all going on to that mom. I know a lot of people will reach out and say, I have this mom that's breech and what should I do? Really hard to tell if you don't look at that mother specifically, but I wanted to give you an idea of what I do, what I'm looking for, kind of what presents to the office and what we're doing on that presentation. If you have any questions to this specifically, reach out, let me know. Be happy to answer any questions. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of what I do and what I'm looking for. Have a great day.